talking about the thugs. P is for terrible, H is for hell, and G is for jail, cause the thugs can't spell.
All right, I hear audio. It seems okay. Yes, I agree, Tobias. I am excited for the game tomorrow as well. I'll do a big announcement after the stream. I gotta grab some glue and I'm gonna be right back over here and hit the button. Alright, if I hit this button, what happens? Oh shit, my camera. I forgot I lifted it for the photogrammetry. Hold on. Otherwise you'll end up with shots of my feet. I can't handle that. I gotta pay for those. Alright, hold on. What's going on here? Are we having flickering camera? This is a problem. This is a real big problem. Holy shit, why you flicker? Alright, give me a second, y'all. I gotta crawl on my hands and knees now. Plug it back in. Oh. I sure hope that camera ain't, just gonna flicker now. Gotta love technical difficulties. It's flickering gone. I dared to move things around, so I just like, it got really temperamental. It's hot as shit in here for some reason. It's not hot today. I think there's a spike in barometric pressure. A spike in barometric pressure that has coincided with the panic I was just feeling about my camera not functioning. Well, howdy everybody, and welcome back to Country Fried Meanies, the place where we talk about butts and wieners and occasionally paint a model every now and then. Today we're going to dive into these Hussars again. I've been putting this one, I don't think putting it off is the right word. I've been kicking the can down the road on this project. So I think it's time to really dive back into them today and dive in. Though, yo, what's up? When's the game tomorrow? Same time as this? It's a little earlier. It's a little earlier tomorrow. We'll be starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. We'll be playing at, it's 2 hours normal. 2 hours earlier than normal. That is to facilitate my guest opponent's time zone. So if you can't catch it live, I think it should still be fun. We're going to be playing live classic BattleTech. We'll be diving in using tabletop sim, using models that have been scanned in using photogrammetry. So it's going to be an experiment in playing physical BattleTech with community members. Something that I want to focus on going forward into the new year here on Country Fried Minis. I think it's going to be a big focus for the channel. Trying to make the case for virtual gaming of physical gaming. Yeah, and I don't think any of the live games are going to have like a set time to watch them. Miles, too bad I'll be at the office. I have to watch the stream afterwards. Yeah, I'm aiming to make them, you know, as RP heavy as possible. So for that matter, if any of y'all out there are interested in playing some BattleTech live on stream, you just message me, whether you're shooting an email through YouTube here if you're not on the Discord, or join up on the Discord server and shoot me a message. Let me know what kind of BV, what era you want to play with. My only requirements of you are a few simple things. One, we are playing in tabletop sim. You will be painting your models and scanning them in using photogrammetry. If you struggle to do the photogrammetry part, I can do the work for you with Zephyr, but you'll need to photograph the models either way. So you might as well give it a go yourself. We'll be playing in tabletop sim, of course. I thought about doing Megamech, but the whole point of this exercise is to play with models that we have painted ourselves in a virtual setting. It's something we're going to be focusing really heavy on as the new year approaches. And it's kind of an excuse to continue with the stuff we've been doing on Tabletop Sim for TTRPG Tuesday. Well, howdy, Surveillance Wizard. Welcome. Time zones are a mess when DST is ended in Europe, but not yet in the US. Is that 2 hours earlier than now? Yeah, 2 hours earlier than right now. That is correct.
The cream of the crop.
2 hours earlier.
And there is no
US mainland Europeans are temporarily 8 hours ahead instead of the usual 9. Yeah, daylight savings time is kind of silly and outdated, honestly. It's, I mean, I recognize why it exists. Real quick, sorry, before we get going, I saw that one of my little kitty cats from Edna somehow has broken off the base. So I want to repair that before we get dug in. And that should do. Edna and her kitty cats live right here next to my camera. It's 12-year-old. 12 was 3 hours ago here. Okay. Yeah, so 10. It'll be 10 my time tomorrow morning. This is nice to get to watch a stream while working. Excellent. Well, not a whole lot going on here. Just a bunch of waffling and maybe some progress on these Hussars, which, an update on our last position on these. I got them glued to the bases. I started to do the fiery caution stripes on the front. Which we have to go back over with black now to get the raised areas. And then I have drilled holes in all of these to get them set up with the Hussar wings. And I think that's what we're going to be working on first. We need to go in and glue these wings into the holes, and then we need to use a little milliput. I think milliput's probably the best thing here. We're going to get those nice and incorporated, and then paint over them, and hopefully get this project out. Though now that I'm itemizing the things, I realize we're probably not going to get them done today. So
We're talking about the thug.
we are talking
T is
about
for
the
terrible.
thug.
H is for hell.
U is for ugly, and
G
H is for
jail.
hell.
'Cause a thug kicks back.
My brain just reset, and I did H twice. EST is the only time zone that matters.
Number
LOL.
one.
That's kind of
The
true
number
in
one
this community,
in the
actually.
It's the Antichrist. But on God, not God.
Halpione says, I love the
not
idea of playing
Antichrist.
with your
It's
painted mechs and
me.
TTS when I'm over COVID. I'll send you a message for sure. Yeah, that's going to be fabulous. It's going to be a big focus for 2025 and kind of one of the channel goals. I want to foster more better get-togethers with our virtual friends. I do a lot of hanging out in the Discord, hanging out with people in a virtual fashion, and like it is really deeply socially satisfying, but we are missing that crucial component of the dice rolling and playing with these minis. This whole space is about painting with these minis, and in my experience, outside of going and seeing my best friend here or like going to the game store, they're quite often getting painted up and then just left to gather dust on shelves. So let's fix that. Let's get our models painted, and let's meet up in person in virtual format. I can even facilitate folks. If you need a copy of TTS, we can potentially even sort that out for you. That red paint splatter on your cutting mat has a suspicious shape. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? This, I don't even remember how it got there. This ended up there while I was shooting shots for the photogrammetry. This whole space was set up with a backdrop. The main downside of Megamech is how quick the rolls go past. Yeah, I mean, it's arguably it's a better gaming experience beyond like physically rolling the dice, but you're also not playing with your hand-painted minis. And photogrammetry makes it accessible. 3D Zephyr, their free version of their software is really good. It does a pretty good job of letting you scan in your mechs, your models. Super glad it exists. I have a short video on my channel about it. It doesn't really go into detail on the process, but if you need like just a tiny primer, you can check out my photogrammetry / wizardry video. It's like 3.5 minutes long. We will be doing a more in-depth guide here on the channel at some point in the near future. I'm in talks with my opponent for tomorrow to work that together. No, why remove that art? Oh, I wasn't thinking about it, Iron Elemental. I just wanted to clean up the space a little bit. Hold on. I'll fix this. I'll fix this egregious error. Pick me a color, Mr. Mental. Pick me a color, and we'll fix the lack of desktop wiener. And in the meantime, I'm gonna start trying to glue this thing together. So we're gonna need to do a little cleanup here, I think. These got a little dusty. I had to drill holes in these mechs to get that application of Hussar wings facilitated. Let me find a nice puffy little brush. This one should work. We just want to remove any dust from the holes that we drilled. Ooh, shit. Those are really gnarly, actually. What's going to be the best way to clean these up? I think alcohol, probably. Nate sound clip red? Alright, let's do it. Alright. This is for you. We're going to go with a nice, delicious Mephiston red. And we'll go with a number 2 brush, I think. It's a little too much acetone. Let's clean the brush, make sure it's nice and free of previously applied contaminants. And let's fix up this lack of desk wiener. Ah, yes. I'm thinking just like a nice little, like a little ovoid shape here. Kind of like that, yeah. And then 2. There we go. That's for you. Red indeed. You just wanted to rub that phallic thing? Yeah. Yeah, this is where we live. They're just shapes. They're just shapes. Right? Nothing dirty going on here. Nothing at all. Not like we couldn't take a little bit of Liquitex white ink and drop it right there. Okay. Anyhow, let's try to clean up these holes here. They're a little dusty, so I think we are going to use isopropyl alcohol and try to not damage the paint job here. So this brush is puffy, but it's gonna spread the alcohol out too far. So I think what I want to do is find a sharper brush with a nice soft tip. I think this angled brush may do it. This is a 0. It's an angled spotter, so it's not super sharp tip, but it's small enough that I think we can get in there and really clean out these holes. I didn't realize that this resin dust would be so tenacious and problematic. And even though I'm gonna glue these things on and use a little milliput to incorporate the ends of the wing braces, I don't want the loose dust in there to end up forming some kind of barrier between the glue and the surface. I want to avoid them falling off, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I think for that matter, we may need to blast through all of these and clean them all up before going forward. In the meantime, let me give some thanks to recent subscribers to the channel.
Dynamo Ned subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for the subscription, Dynamo Ned.
ApeMan505 subscribed to the channel.
Can you test it, please? Taste it? The alcohol? No. No, no, no. I'm not gonna do that. That's a terrible idea.
Tobias
Holy
Fonstellian
moly.
gave David Muller a Steak Biscuits membership. Tobias Fonstellian gave Wallman a Steak Biscuits membership.
Wallman.
Tobias Fonstellian gave Andy the Collector a Steak Biscuits membership. Tobias Fonstellian gave Seismic a Steak Biscuits membership. Tobias Fonstellian gave the Duke 07 a Steak Biscuits membership.
Eat pant. Thank you so much for the generous donation, Tobias. The biscuits grow thanks to your efforts. Wow. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. To solve the dust issue, you could use some not thick super glue. It would lock the tiny granules in place. Yeah, that's fair. I did run out though recently. I usually keep a little tube of crazy glue nearby. It is nice to have some really thin super glue on hand. So I think this will do a decent job in picking up a good amount of them, and then we'll put enough glue down in there that it should create a super tight bond, and then we'll incorporate a tiny bit of milliput because the holes aren't exactly even. I did drill round holes for the square pegs. Pay off some of your debt? Oh no, yeah, that's exactly where it's all going. So thank you so much for making this possible for me. Remember folks, it's your generous donations that have made this all possible. And for that, part of why I want to push this channel so much and make it more community driven. There's been some really generous folks in the crowd. I want to make it feel like a place that's more actively involved. Y'all should have as much say, if not more, than I do in what happens around here. Or at least equivalency. Y'all combined make the decisions. And speaking of paying things, Nightbot reminding folks that chatters can spend their biscuit coins at the CFM loyalty store. Do fun stuff like redeem Popcat or re-rolls for our Tabletop Tuesday events. One coming up next week. And of course, speaking of tabletop events, after the stream tonight, or this evening, afternoon, I'm going to be joining the Dicks in the Dark for a special one-shot adventure. From what I understand, it's going to be a 1980s themed kind of slasher horror film with like high school age kids getting caught up in some Halloween murder shenanigans. Should be a lot of fun. I'll be guest spotting over there for the game tonight. Okay, so we got our sticky lady, we got our hussar wings, and now what we want to do is get these positioned in such a way. I think we're going to go for like the outwards bend to them. I had them the other way around. Yeah, I have them the wrong way around again. I believe these are a 3D scan of some GW bits based on kind of, they had a little bit of a muddy detail, but it came out great. I ended up giving them a wash treatment after the last stream. Came out all right. I had a panic attack this morning thinking I missed Tabletop Tuesday. Oh no. Yeah, it is. I tend to get confused myself. Losing track of what week we're on. All right, so we want to just really shove this in there, and I think that's good. Let's get the other one mounted, and we'll hit this with a little Bob Smith Industries accelerant and set it off to fully dry. And I think what we'll do is we'll come back in with some milliput afterwards. Give these a minor adjustment. There we go. That looks fabulous. And let's commit to the process and lock them in place. The Dick's taking their usual time, then I'll definitely see the VOD tomorrow. Yes, it is the usual time. DM Steve has posted over on the Countrified Minis Discord with a convenient link in self-promotion, and there's one in the announcements as well. So if you want to catch that on the morrow, there is a convenient link for you. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be weird for usual viewers of the tabletop events to not have access to the re-rolls and stuff. But it should be fun either way. I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. Let's see if I can pull some RP out of my butt. All right, so these holes are a little tight. I think what we're gonna do is use our fine triangular file here and reduce these tips just a bit. Just a little bit. I want them to have bit of a wedge shape on the front end. So I'm just going to give them a gentle rub. And that should facilitate smooth entry to this hole. It's interesting, these models are so close yet so far away from being done. I've only been working on them really here on the streams, so they're taking forever. Today's stream is brought to you by my tall cup of Cafe Bustelo coffee, which I'm actually out of after this morning. I need to go get another tube. 10? What do you call those containers of coffee? Is it a 10? It's not a tube, it's tubular. Yes. Let's get stuck in while we get these wings stuck in. Salute the sun, says my phone. You know, I might not need milliput on these two so far. Now that I'm looking at it, this is a really tight fit. We'll assess that as we go. Tell you what though, it is a little nerve-wracking to be working on painted models this way. Alright, I will drop and give you 10. Let me apply a little
bye everyone.
drop of the BSI. What y'all think of demonic Pat Sajak? That's y'all. You chat, you are demonic Pat Sajak together. You guys.
Alright, I'll give you 10. Let's do it. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First 10 down.
I need a little I need something I can hit a button right here and track a counter. It make me giggle, yeah. If you want to roleplay something dumb, be a Sarah Michelle Gellar with a Buffy attitude, but none of the powers. Like she is in Scream. Interesting. I was thinking that I want to be like big time loser nerd. Like, not like I'm gonna be the hero, big time loser nerd, but like I'm gonna be the big loser nerd. And be completely useless. I don't really know yet. I'll give it some thought. I don't have much time though. I'm gonna kick your butt, monster. Oops. What? Yeah. I could maybe incorporate that. I could maybe spin the two together. Be like, be a really brave know-it-all kid who insists that monsters aren't real as the monsters eating us. It was either that or I was thinking of playing like oh, what's the antagonist from Earthbound? Pokey? Something like that. Be a real insufferable kid that like ends up tripping somebody or something. I don't know. Don't know yet. I have a few ideas that are floating around the old noggin. We shall see. We shall see. A decision will be made. Make sure to come by and check out the chat. Tonight, you guys won't have your biscuit coin redeems, but you can definitely harass the dicks. Which I think would be hecking funny. So if you're free this evening, I want to get in on some more TTRPG action. Come check it out. Alright, our Nodachi gonna get his wings. This one was interesting because he's got a section on his back that was originally intended for one of those vertical flags, the Japanese style one. I don't know what you call them. And I had to set the holes kind of wide to compensate for that. There we go. Ba-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. The real main Bagos gigs. Yeah, that's fun. That's correct, yes. Or be a delusional kid who throws cats off the street at monsters and thinks it's a Pokemon. Jeez.
Tobias Fonstellion gave Jason Hartley a Steak Biscuits membership.
Holy shit.
Tobias Fonstellion gave God2 the Zilla a Steak Biscuits membership.
He needs to leave.
Tobias Fonstellion gave Andrew Meyer a Steak Biscuits membership.
Thank you so much for the generosity, Tobias.
Tobias Fonstellion
fuck.
gave Valgara a Steak Biscuits membership.
You know what? I'll save it for the next stream. I got a unboxing for you, Mr. Tobias, that we'll do. I forgot all about it till just now. So I'm not gonna hold you and make you watch, but next time I can stream, remind me. Yeah, I ended up I'm facilitating a model exchange isn't the word I'm looking for. I'm facilitating getting some models over to Mr. Tobias. In order to be a true Biscuit Gang member, you need to unalive someone from the anti-Biscuit Gang. I don't know if that's true. I think we're more about drawing dicks here. How could you do something how could you do something like against the anti-Biscuit Gang members that involves drawing penises? What's the best thing to graffiti with a dong? Tobias is Santa, it's canon. Oh no. Wait, Santa does come from the frozen north, doesn't he? It's funny. The biscuit demands it. I had biscuits appear to me in my dream. I think, you know, when biscuits come to you in your dreams, that just means you need a midnight snack of hot biscuits and gravy. There's always the old mushroom stamp. Yeah. Yeah. I guess what I'm getting at about we don't want to kill the rival gang members. We want to convince them to come play BattleTech with us. Is there an anti-biscuit gang, or are those just Europeans with their biscuits? Oh my god, you guys and your biscuits. I still think all you Euro folks have a duty to try American-style, Southern-style buttermilk biscuits with gravy, with white gravy, with sage sausage over top, and give an honest review. I think it's something... I have to wonder if there's anything in y'all's cuisines, various cuisines, that kind of replicate that experience. It's too good. Too good. Let's get this zoomed in a little bit, I think. Can I come in like that much? Maybe a little more. We'll move Sticky Lady on camera. And then you guys should be able to see these holes I'm rubbing on here. Draw a dong on a Clanner's hollow tank. They'll send you a batch haul for sure. Ah, yes. It's funny. I kind of do the whole. I have a stance of trolling Clanners, but that's because I'm very anti-clan myself. I grew up looking at my dad's 3050 and 3055 technical readouts. So Battletech has long been kind of in the undercurrent of my life. I've actually only played classic Battletech for about the last 4 years now, but it's always been there. I played Crescent Hawk's Inception and Crescent Hawk's Revenge on my grandmother's Windows 3.1 machine. Oh shit, are these the ones that are... yeah, it's always been there. Always been there. There's something going on here. I think one pair of these wings... is a duplicate instead of the two different sizes. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I need to figure out which one of these has the least amount of support scars on it. Unfortunately, one of these wings is going to have the scarred size facing outward. I think we're going to do this one. Well, maybe not. That one can face outwards. Now, what was I getting at? I've lost my train of thought, y'all. That's what happens when you, what happens when you get on the whole stream of consciousness thing as a matter of, daily discourse. All right. Man, that one's probably a little better. So I tried to match these wings up. They have a bit of a curve to them, and I printed them with a mirror when I hooked them up on the slicer. And I thought I had pairs of perfectly mirrored wings, and one of the pairs is not mirrored. I didn't double check before printing it, so it's got to be one of these mechs ends up with a doubled set. So I think what we can do is compensate with a little bend here. And I think it's best on this mech because he's kind of got like a sideways motion. Yeah, that looks all right. I'll have one up here in a second and try to illustrate the problem here. All right, so the 3D scan of this part has a bit of like a curve on the bottom. I don't know if y'all can see that. It angles up. So when you mirror them, you get the curve going that way, and then all of them have the support scars on that other side. These two are the same part, so this outside facing has the support scars on the wings. showing outwards instead of hidden to the inside. And I think this has enough. This one's been cleaned up well enough to really reduce that. All right, so next. Holy moly, there's a lot here. I've been wanting to mini paint for so long. I brought resin printers 3 years ago, didn't use them till last month. Finally printed proper minis, finally put a brush on them. Oh, that's amazing. Terribly Space Marine. Oh, that's awesome. No, it all starts with a terrible model. Do I have my first experimental piece over here? Can I get this guy? It's one of the first... Oh, shit. One of the first models I painted on was this Mage Knight Dungeons guy. I'd sat down with my dad at the dinner table, and he taught me and my brother how to dry brush. So I immediately took that newfound skill and repainted this guy's arms. And I painted them a light color and then dry brushed a dark color over top. This body here, though, is the original. It's the original paint colors, but this arm right here is. I keep it as a reminder of how far I've come in, well, 20-something years of painting now. Yeah. First minis are never your finest work, only important that you enjoy the process. I agree. And it's crazy too, because now we have these products like this, these speed paints that make mini painting so much more accessible to people. Like, I think the glazing over a white base coat was always there. It just, you had to go looking for that. I remember back in the early aughts, lurking on the Dr. Faust Painting Clinic forums. People were talking about doing glaze painting over white base coats, which is basically what the current slap chop trend is. And people were also doing magic dips for painting stuff like Tyranids. You paint them a single color and dip them in wood stain. Oh wait, here we go. We have some lore here happening. Pretty sure the closest Euro taste to proper skillet gravy is plain bechamel. It is basically bechamel, right? Except flavored with sage gravy and black pepper. Thank you for the Country Fried Minis membership, Technor. Thank you. I don't know if it actually got passed out there. But I think when a representative of the Anti-Biscuit League is defeated, our victory cry should be, "You've been banished to the Scone Zone." Ah, yes. Yes. Scone Zone. The Scone Zone? That is, like, kinda on the Bone Zone. So, I dig it. I allow it. Plus, as a council member, I have to respect all your decisions on these matters. All right, so let's get a couple more wings in place, and then I think our next step is to clean up the bases. While we let any remnants of the accelerant fully evaporate. You guys kind of look awesome now. I was a little worried because I took a convoluted path on the gray, and I think I ruined the effect a little bit of the original intention of the splitter camo. Between the dry brushing and the ink washing, it got really brought down, And honestly, I don't think I want to invest another 6 hours picking out the squares on them. They're there. They're just very subtle. I maybe will give these another round of edge highlighting. Just on like the higher edges. But I'm not sure yet. I've kind of hit a point where this project's been a little bit of a bugbear for me now. And that's why it's still going. Redeem Popcat, yes. I want a Popcat. I want a Popcat. Were we able to get David any points yet? I saw that the bot wasn't listening. It is a little temperamental. Let's toss out a 10K. Is that gonna work? Yep, okay, it went that time. I don't know the rules of Streamlabs. It's strange. Sometimes it just forgets that people are there immediately. I think it has to do with like there's like a listening interval that it does based on the normal payout, which is, what did we set it to? It's 250 biscuit coins per 5 minutes that you've spent in chat with some kind of active participation. It's funny because YouTube could really benefit from a like integrated channel point system, I think. So hey, Streamlabs does what I want it to in that regard. So can I complain all that much? It's 100 per 5 minutes currently. Ah, yes. Timer changes every time someone says anything. Yeah, exactly. It's fun though. I love the silly stuff and giving chat the opportunity to really interact and be disruptive, of course. Y'all have really plumbed the depths of the gamble mechanics. Which, though it can be a little spammy in chat, it's to YouTube it looks like engagement, and that's what really matters. I dare say the gamble mechanic has probably done as much to bring people through the algorithm as the Big Urban Mech video has. Well, maybe not. Big Urban Mech made this all happen. Some letters that look normal in folks' names aren't real letters. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's... I'm gonna get in on this. Let's do one of these. Thank you for the gifted membership, Techmark.
The number one.
Thank you so much for the generous gift.
Is the Antichrist. But not God! Not God! Because the Antichrist, it's me!
It's me. It's me. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do here, we're gonna start with I got this fan brush with a nice soft tip, and we need to go around these boys and make sure that any dust on the bases is removed. I had some dust pile up when I drilled out their backs. You can kind of see it on this one. So we're gonna clean these up, And actually, it looks like this shit is really persistent, so I want a nice soft big brush, and I'm going to try to use the remainder of our alcohol here to do the same treatment and hopefully not do too much damage to the paint job. And I see I am doing just a little bit of damage to it. So we want to try to avoid that as much as possible. I'm using a very gentle touch here. I didn't think to protect the base from the fallout. Popcat. I'm gonna Popcat too. P-O-P-C-A-T. My favorite. Man, what would happen to the biscuit coin economy if we suddenly increase the price of Popcat by like 10 times? I don't think anything would happen, actually. I think moderation staff would just start handing out more coins. To be honest. Alright, so this one's pretty bad. I think we're going to try to just do more of a flooding of the surface attack here. Now, what's got me really worried here is that there was some speed paint involved, so I could end up with some reactivation, and the white ink is going to be really fragile, so I want to be really careful there. Alright, same on the next one. I'd give out more coins. Yeah, exactly. Poster tack or silly putty might be better for dust removal. Yeah, you're probably right. I need to get some more. Never did reorder poster tack. I think it might be time to throw some of that in a cart next time I'm on Amazon. All right. Umas. This one isn't too bad. The chunks are pretty big. Yeah, it is funny that I don't know. I just find that alcohol seems to work really well, specifically against the 3D print resin. It's almost like the particulate is fine enough that it redissolves in it, even though it's cured resin. Okay, and with that, these boys are ready for the next layer of work. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give myself one of these because I wanna, and we'll hit the next step.
Yeah.
Would you do a workout?
I do.
Give me 10.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
All right, so what do we want to do here? I think we want to get the ankle piece replacement done. So this guy broke off at some point and I missed it. Excuse me. And we need to get this bit installed and painted up. And I think we also need to sand it smooth. So let's actually, oh boy, I'm gonna cut myself with this fucking thing. I think I may need to manually sand this. So we want to get this smooth. Let's remove this little support scar first. Okay. It looks like I didn't remove it. I didn't slice it with the boolean in the correct shape. I don't know. That looks okay. Is it actually the right shape this whole time? Maybe it is. Yeah, I think that looks fine. So what we're going to do first, we're going to paint this thing. So let's get out our wet palette. Let's get out our wet palette and rehydrate it. Step 1. Give this a go. We want a good layer of water in here. We're going to set our hydrofoam down in it. And this is still the same parchment sheet that we used on the crater cobras. I'm just going to get as much mileage out of it as I can before switching to another one. I'm usually pretty liberal about changing these out, but I don't think I actually need to change it out until I'm doing mixing. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, let's get this thing painted up. And to start that, we'll get our palette cam turned on. Will you work today? Will. Excellent. I think we're going to start with a German gray. What is this? Yeah, it's just German gray. Don't need much. Not even going to worry about thinning it because I just want to get full coverage. We're going to go with our number 2 brush from earlier. And I think we're going to break this thing. Excellent. You gotta be kidding, right, meow? Alright, well, in light of this, now that it's in multiple pieces, I think we have to pivot and glue the damn thing to the model. Shit fire. Okay. How are we gonna approach this? I think we need a holding jig for this guy. I need something to support it. Let's do, what about this? Yeah, perfect. All right. I am very disappointed in this moment. Let's see. I'm not sure which end connects to the bit. Well, god damn it. It's gone. That's gone. Pin it. Yes. Now, but the thing is, with the pin, now I have to sculpt a fucking thing to match it. Also, it also means I have to perfectly drill a fucking hole into a painted model without marring the detail on a section that is pretty much too small for a pin. Of course it pinged off into oblivion. I am a very happy person in this moment. If y'all only knew how unbelievably happy I was in this moment. It's unreal even. Alright, is this bit even possible to get it there? No. It's not even possible to hit the angle. Believe in the biscuit, Popcat has your back. Yes. Try a 0.8 mil. Let's see if we can't angle this one. Alright. That one maybe has enough clearance. And we can use a length of brass wire instead of a... It's not gonna reach. Let's see if I hang this all the way out the tip. Will that give me enough? Yes. I just need to get this, prevent this drill bit from walking. And we are committed. In we go, slowly. I tell you, this project has been cursed from the very get, and we're going to get through the curse. We have the blessings of Bobugbabills. We crawl about in the muck. And we have the guidance of Dale Earnhardt protecting us as we cross through the final laps of our very own Daytona 500. Is it sun, beach, and sand, a holiday to life? Raise hell, praise Dale. I offer my supplications to Bobugbabills. Alright, that is a hole. It's in there. We didn't crack the resin. And then we do have this nice convenient little spot where that shit broke off. And I think we're going to roll with that. But I don't want to lose this again. I could probably just hold it. Honestly, I can probably just hold it. Let's scrape down a flat spot where that broke. Scrape down a nice flat spot. And we're going to drill a corresponding 0.8 mil hole in this. And we need less wiggle here. So let's get our bit really, really short. And find our spot, which is right there. And start drilling. It's funny, I actually could use a smaller bit here. I maybe need to invest in like some 0.5 and 0.3 drill bits. That delicious screeching noise. We live in the muck and we drive real fast, but we never go anywhere because all turns are left turns. Yeah, we're just doing donuts in the mud. But man, the rooster tails are unbelievable. Okay, so I think that should be enough to do it. We don't need much, just enough to get a little length of wire in there. And instead of a proper pin, we're gonna have to use brass wire, because my paper clips that I use for pins are 1 mil, and we drilled those holes with a 0.8. So I'm pretty sure we can get 2 short pieces of this brass wire. What size is it? It is 0.4 millimeter, 0.41 actually. So I think we could do that. So let's get a surplus. Let's get a surplus in case we screw it up. And we're gonna get 2 little lengths, like so. I do like some soft brass wire. I use it every now and then in modeling projects. My king crab has 2 long antennae made of brass wire. Pinning G, yes. Ouch, what the hell? Alright, so let's try to fix our issue here. How far does this sit down in the hole? Oh my god, these fucking tweezers are gonna get chucked in the bin, I swear. That brass wire just vanished. There it is. Alright, how long is it on the other end? I think that's actually perfect. So we're gonna oh, these fucking tweezers. They're somewhere in the kitchen now. Alright. Phone is acting up, not reading finger position correctly today. Ah, yes. Pins are just for adding surface for glue bonding, not actual strong. Yeah, that's true. Well, I agree and disagree. A good sturdy steel pin is really helpful when you're dealing with heavy metal parts. So I think in certain cases they can add structural stability. I don't have it handy, but my my fat yon on motorcycle needed pins drilled really deep to offset and provide some structural stability. In this case, yes, it is absolutely to add. Fucking hell, come on. Don't fight me. I am done with the wrestling with these silly parts. I need to do a dry fit before committing to glue. I'm getting where I can't really see these little parts well enough. Okay. That looks like it's gonna work. Let's clean the support scar off the bottom. And we're gonna commit. Sticky lady, do you still have stickiness for us? How sticky is your puddle? It's like half cured. I have to put more glue out. Let's commit. All right. Pop, 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 cat. Okay. All right. Holding our breath here. That went smoother than expected. It is a little off center. Just a little bit off center. But I think it's acceptably off center. We're going to use the gap filling properties of our super glue here. And dibble dabble a little bit on there. And I think that'll do it. Yeah, it sucks that I missed this till this point in the process. But I think despite all the futzing and the problems, we have now corrected and added the piston head to match the other side. I tried to sculpt a replacement, it didn't work. I ended up slicing a piece off with a Boolean modifier in Blender and then just 3D printing the replacement part. Okay, so given this, I want that to dry. We're not going to be able to paint with this yet, so we'll pivot and reapply some black to the bases. And we'll keep working. Right in time for the Popcat. I do love Popcat. Popcat is joy. Popcat is life. Bam. All right. A little bit of golden fluid acrylics carbon black. Just a bit. It's funny, you can see that my wet palette or dry palette here is mostly dark black colors. Is that in a spot you can see this? Yeah, we'll work from right here. Let's see, can I actually zoom in on? Can we do trying to set the trying to get this camera somewhat adjusted to accurate colors. How's that? How is that? It is kind of a shit camera. Unfortunately, it's also mirrored. And I couldn't quite figure out how to fix that. I thought there was a way to do it in OBS. Can I do it here? I don't think so. I don't think I can. shocked that I can't take more control over it. Huh. I don't see it. I don't see a way to flip it. Scaling? No. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to live with it, I think. Maybe there's some kind of filter I can download for OBS to flip it. Gable, yes. Man, you got some solid basing material? Thought it dried paint on the palette? Yes. Yes, indeed. Popcat is sex. I don't know if that's true. I don't necessarily agree. Maybe sexy Popcat is I was thinking we could do just a straight up modification of the image. Just Popcat but with lipstick on. No other changes. All right. So we're gonna thin out our paint. The problem with golden colors is they're really thick, so they have to be thinned. They have to be. It's not even an option. Okay, so we're gonna go with our number 2 again. It's still got a decent tip on it. We don't need a super sharp tip. And blessing and maybe huge boobs. Right click the source camera, transform flip horizontal in OBS. Hold on, let's see here. Transform flip horizontal. Boy, thank you. I was looking through filters and it was under the transform menu this whole time. Cool. Is that now actually in the correct position? Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. Thank you. Thank you. Let's put our zoom about right there-ish. Palette cam. All right. See, I like that palette cam, even though it's a little invasive, it allows us to keep the main camera a little more zoomed in on the action. All right, so I should probably do the fronts first. Just going in. Funny, Mr. Makos. I bet you recognize the front of this base. It is indeed the same one from the 3D project. The UV mapping. UV wrapping? Don't trust him, he smells like anti-biscuit. Oh, you did that and your computer exploded? Well, I guess I'd get a bunch of shrapnel wounds in my leg because the computer is right there under the desk. Alright, so we're going to carefully come in here and paint on these raised caution stripy bits.
And a double helping of gravy.
Double helping of gravy. Exploding computers? What? I do. It's used everywhere from what I've seen so far. Yeah, I'm not actually sure who's the originator of this detail. Wait, this is a mini Hulk mechs base. It's a nice detail. It definitely, caution stripes look really good on the front of a mech hex. And having a nice physical detail to trace paint over sure beats trying to paint perfect caution stripes on all your lads. Who this? Who is this track? I'm gonna miss it. Of course, it's Ben Elson. Yes. Reminder to folks that you can go check out the loyalty store over on the Streamlabs CloudBot page. And that'll show all the options of stuff you can redeem. So you don't have to memorize the redeem commands. I still want to do a little video that plays like on a 10-minute loop down on the bottom of the screen, right next to the colors down there. Just lists all the commands. It's a lot of underused old Nightbot commands, like exclamation point lasagna username or biscuit. Or what was the other one? What was catch? Is that what it is? Why not use those hand clamps that hold mini bases? I always see those being used. I have one of those. One of these? I love the Citadel one, the old Citadel one. It works really well. Let me grab a mini. So like, oh, this old base actually won't fit well at all. It holds them nice, but hard to paint the sides of the base when it's clamped in it. And because I'm painting the base in the moment, I've got to hand it. Plus, someone came in here and was like saying they were cringing at me raw dogging the miniature, so I find it really funny. Pie. Damn it, I forgot about the pie. You know, I was just thinking about that I owe y'all a sexy photograph. I just don't really have the logistics worked out yet. So I think what's going to happen there is it's just going to get put off until we have enough requests for like a short series of photographs for y'all. Yes. I still may very well do an OnlyFans page that is just sexy models. Not what you expect. Not at all. Maybe more stuff like the Limbo Division models. Dudum. It's the Dudum song. Dudum. Y'all hit that 69 requests like way faster than I expected. Ah, shit. Can I save this? Yes. The answer is yes. Being sexy isn't hard. Neurohermit plus shorts equals sexy. Neurohelmet plus shorts. Oh, yes. I don't know if that's true. Some of us ain't got the figure for that. I need like good lighting and decent composition. Plus, like, the lighting's most important too, because I got tattoos to show off. There's a way to work in my my armpit coughing. And no shirt. Yeah, exactly. So for your first OnlyFans model painting, you need to paint an atlas with a pair of giant AC-20s in each torso and booty shorts. That's a little more reserved than what I was thinking. Let's see, do I have... Here, after I'll grab one of the ones that I'm planning that I just think are a little too risky for YouTube. I don't know, I may just do them on YouTube anyways, but some of them are I mean, they're not like explicit. You'll see what I mean here in just a second. All right. Let me run across the room real quick. I'll give me one of these really quick, too. Someone gifted you a membership. That is correct, Mr. Wallman. I saw that come through, and I was like, I know who that is. I'm going to give y'all one of these, and I'm going to grab a model to show an example. Here we go.
Yeah.
Would you do a workout?
I do.
Give me 10.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
10.
All right. Show y'all some of the offerings. You can let me know if you think they're too much for YouTube. I think the Access Mundi ones are like okay. I think they're all right. They're pretty small. The details are very limited. This one's probably YouTube safe, but it's definitely hypersexualized. For sure. This one's from Access Mundi. And I think the Access Mundi ones are okay. It's the other one from that series. It is similarly sized. But like, I don't know, I think they're okay. The other ones are a little more questionable, perhaps. And I have a bunch of these Limbo Division pieces. This one for sure. These are much more detailed and a little less appropriate for a full paint up of YouTube. This isn't even the worst angle to view this model from. Yeah. She's pretty yeah, you know what I mean? Look at the cannons. Yeah, exactly. Or ones like this. Like, I don't know if I can get away with a full paint up of this. You know what I'm saying? I do want to paint these at some point and do some videos on them. So there has been some discussion about unironically doing a OnlyFans page with free content for these type of paint ups. Yeah, exactly. Hanging out, exactly. I don't know if these are okay for YouTube, and though I'm down for them, I think I have to really pick and choose which pinup pieces get painted on the channel proper. I think these are okay. These maybe not so. I've got some other Limbo Division pieces that are more acceptable. But if you're into the pinups and you want to catch a pinup, the next one we're painting, well, is this one. And it is surprisingly tame for how nude she is. But this one's also in much larger scale. She is completely covered. But some point. We'll get there at some point. So, yeah. Keep a lookout for the lecherous stuff if you're into the pinup paint-ups. What's the name of the first Limbo Division you were showing? It's Esther Agla, and there were 2 runs of this. Think about Limbo Division models. They come out in 35 millimeter and 72, but they're limited runs. So I got number 128 of 300 here. You gotta catch them when you can. I've got a whole bunch of them, and some of them doesn't come out. See, when I think pinup, I think about pulps. Actually, that raises the question. Yeah, they tend to be a little expensive too. Not as expensive as other like premium models, but yeah, you gotta. I'll post links every now and then on the Country Fried Minis Discord in the Not the Kids Table sub-channel. Do you know any companies that do pulp kind of minis? I can't say I know of the companies that do it. I do know they are out there though. There was one I was looking at recently that does a whole bunch of like Cyberpunk and Blade Runner and like Judge Dredd, and I think they had some Star Trek stuff, X-Files minis. Man, I remember off the top of my head. If I can remember, Wallman, I'll share that in the Discord at some point. Anyhow, not to get too sidetracked, yeah, there will be some pinups at some point soon. I'm going to get back to doing that. Titania was a really fun paint up, and I want to do another try hard, like do the full skin blending, and try to like elevate where I can take these things. Yeah. Yes, sir. I will try to remember. I was just looking at them the other day, and they sell their models as both physical and 3D files, so they can be had in a myriad of ways. I can definitely print stuff for you, but I'm not exactly reliable about getting the models to people. I've got a batch of Infinity models right now that I printed out for somebody, and just I never get out of the fucking house. I'm here, y'all. I'm making minis, painting models. I'm streaming. Too busy streaming to get out there and actually do stuff. All right, so next we have to pivot because I made a little boo-boo on that one. And luckily, the golden black washes up really well. So if we have to stop and clean it, it is doable. Alright. I think this looks great. Might have to do this effect on a set of mechs for my own collection. What is this, like basaltic lava flow? Is that what they call the volcanic rock? I don't know. I don't know my minerals as well as I should. Get that glowy heat on the front. How many? That's a lot of biscuit coins. I think we're about to start adding some really high dollar expenditures. We're thinking about adding in a redeem that's basically a super chat for the streams. I think that could be really fun. Something like 1 billion to have your statement count as a super chat, but like super chat light. The dungeon master would have the power to say no, unlike the other format. Keep making a mess. Alright. Should maybe use a smaller brush. I bet that's the problem here. Let's go down from the 2 to a 1. I'm pretty sure I have one. That's a 20-0. That's a 1. The tip is a little frayed on this one. Actually, it's a lot frayed on this one. See if we can't save that by cutting off the offending bits. What's the way to do this, I think? What if I just straight up cut it? Let me just straight up cut it. Getting there. It's almost. It's just about usable. I mean, it's basically a 2 now. No. Screw it. It's time to bust out a new set of brushes. Let's go with a brand new one. You're a 2. A number 2. We're gonna go with our value set 10. Big recommend these Princeton. These are really inexpensive. Like, I think this set was $8. They used to be a little cheaper, but prices have gone up on everything. I like Princeton because they're good quality brushes for being synthetics. I prefer synthetics because I don't support the fur trade, and unfortunately, good natural hair brushes come from the fur trade. So I have to use high quality golden taklon instead. We're gonna go with this brand new Princeton #1. It's basically the same brush we were just using. Where are we sitting at? 142? Holy shit, I'm not making any progress on these boys. They got their wings though. They got their wings. We got the ankle repaired. I don't know. Fuck it, we're just gonna... I was gonna put these all back in the sleeve, but kind of stupid at this point. I think instead we'll put these caps on them to denote that they're new and remit them to my brush collection. Should maybe start a new jar. It's fine. They go in there. Thank you, Princeton. Some sticky shit on here too. All right. See if we can do this now with a finer brush tip and not make such a mess. Yeah, it's really important to have a nice sharp tip. Trying to trace these things with the side of your brush and like the damn frayed ends are just like pushing the paint into the crevices. It don't work. I guess it's much like a nice fresh X-Acto blade. It's very important to have that sharp tip sometimes. Though I'm seeing that this brush has one bristle that is longer than all the others by quite a bit. And that's a problem. It's already proving to be a problem. Let's see if we can't trim it off. Should I pluck it out, perhaps? Just one bristle. What my hobby scissors would be for normally. I mostly got it. Mostly. Let's dig in. Reminder and a call out there to all of y'all that you too can help fund this channel and keep me supplied and stuff like brushes and paints by joining up over on Patreon, link in the description down below, or by picking up a commission over on Fiverr, fiverr.com/thurstonstudios. If you want to get your own set of mix painted up by yours truly here on stream, make sure to check it out. Inquiries are always free, prices are negotiable. Yeah, check it out. But beyond that, I will be doing a paint up of a few Marauder 2Cs sometime soon, and as per my last stream, I'm gonna do 2 more. So let me know down in the comments down below, not in the chat, in the comments, if you want a Marauder 2C painted by me. Let me know your chosen type. Marauder 2C whatever paint scheme you're going for in the comments. First 2 to do that will get in, and we'll paint up a set of 3 and mail them out. Only caveat is you're going to need to get with me on Discord for an address to send it to you. Sometime soon. I'm going to be doing a lot more giveaway stuff here in the next few months. Alright, this looks okay. This one's got a little bubble in the front. I think maybe I have a dying pixel on my printer screen, which really sucks to see. I have noticed a few prints with little bubbly holes in them. All right. Crazy how much of a difference this little detail makes getting it painted on. I definitely didn't do the cleanest job on the lava effect, but I think it sells the idea. And I'm mostly pleased with it. I think the shape of the highlights could have been a little more controlled in hindsight. I would have gone for more like a plasma kind of glow on these instead of the spots, but when viewed next to the lava shining through here, I think it works. Okay, so now we've got a few that need to be cleaned up where I spilled paint. And then we'll go around the bases one time on the outside of the rims, and we can move on to the next step on these boys. Alright, I need to fill my coffee. I'm going to drop and give y'all 10 and I'll be right back as well. Been a little short on the push-ups today. The bane that is replacing printer parts, yeah, exactly. Thought I had bad print pixels too with some internal geometry.
Yeah.
Would you do a workout?
I do.
Give me 10.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
Coffee time, I'll be right back. Ah, yes, back again. Yes. Thought I had back pixels with internal geometry. This case, Well, I'm not sure if it's a dead pixel or some kind of error, some issue in the resin itself, but the geometry is sound on this part. So I can't blame geometry for this one. Though I have seen, hanging out with you specifically another night, how bad geometry gets. I have seen the occasional bubble, though, from time to time, and I don't know how consistent it is. I maybe need to do like some kind of comprehensive test print to test for that. It could just be imperfections in the resin, or like specks of dust or something. But yeah, right there, it's a little bubble in nice solid geometry. I wonder if it was a literal bubble. It's quality Forge World resin with super gas fills. Yeah, exactly. I remember Forge World. Way back in the... Well, like this one's got another bubble in almost the same spot. Yeah, I wonder if it was actual bubbles in the resin. Maybe I like went a little too hard with the shaking and imparted some really serious air bubbles that just persisted. I don't know. Makes it better and more expensive. Man, I do miss some of my Forge World stuff. My second army after Tau was a Nurgle force with the old school GW metal Plague Marines, and then I bought the Forge World Nurgle Dreadnought from before they did the Dreadnoughts with the like Space Marine head in them. That was expensive back then too. This was like circa had to be 03. So still in high school and I was working. I want to say it was 03. That sounds right to me. Okay, so now we're gonna go once around the hex facings. So I think I can go back to my old frayed. It's a number 3. It's a little too big. We can go back to the old brush. We'll use this number 2 again. Wait. I'll put the cap on this brush so I still denote it as a sharp one. Yeah, let's go. We'll start on the front edge here, or next to the front facing. And we're just going to hit these with yet another coat. I'm going to build up a whole bunch of black on these bases. Just so they have a nice multi-layered coating. All my models are painted with a mind to the fact they're going to be handled. I mean, hell, you guys see now, I'm handling it, raw dogging my fingers all over this model as I'm painting it. They're intended to be handled. And everything gets coated with a nice generous layer of Winsor & Newton matte UV varnish over top, which should hold up to years of play. And that's also a nice tip to any of y'all who buy models from me. If they start to, if you've used them for a long while and they need another coat of varnish, you can use that same stuff and it'll work beautifully. This needs another drop of water. Where is my stirring brush? There she is. This is a number 4. I'm We're going to use it to incorporate a little bit more water into this paint. All right. Man, the brush don't want to clean out. All right, we just did the Scarabus, so we'll go on to the Berserker. Same deal. Start in the same spot. Using the side of the brush more than the tip. That way when we get around, when we get close to the edge here, it'll prevent the paint from spilling over onto this surface, the terrain surface. Yeah. Now, a lot of y'all would think of this step as something that's meant for like the very last step, and it usually is the very last step before the varnish. But for these guys, I want the black to be very black, and I want it to be really strong. So we're just gonna provide layers of this as we go. They'll probably get another coat again before we're done. I've had some chipping on bases before. I think it looks really not great. So we want to avoid that. Okay. Trying to think what's next after this too. I think maybe we could jump over to hitting the metallics one more time, maybe. Giving them a little bit of a highlight. I think we will use the Army Painter gunmetal for that. It's got a nice one coat coverage property. I usually use the Vallejo varnishes. I really like the Mecha Matte varnish. You've ever used those? Wondering how they might compare to the one you use. I have not tried them out, but I should probably give them an honest go. As I do more work here in the corner, I realize I probably have a responsibility to the Country Fried Minis audience to like be somewhat knowledgeable about these products, especially if it's stuff y'all use and are familiar with. I should probably give it a go. So I'll put a pin in that and think about it. I really like the matte varnish here. I used it before I had an airbrush. It brushes on really beautifully. And even if you get it really thick, it still sets up like really, really matte, really clear. And it doesn't yellow. And if you build up a big thick layer of it, I mean relatively thick, I'm not saying like glob it on there, but if you get a thick layer on your models, it's almost got like a tactile quality to it. Just it feels like it's reminiscent of like the rubberized coating on a high quality book. It's really nice stuff. It's fairly inexpensive too, but I did screw up and get the tub style instead of the dropper bottle, or not dropper bottle, the pourable bottle. This is actually a bit of a bitch to get onto your surfaces. Real pain in the ass. I end up using my plastic pipettes to transfer it into my airbrush. All right, last model here. stuff is really aggressively trying to dry out on me. That's what happens when you use a dry palette. All right. Okay, our Hussars have wings. Our Hussars have wings. Very fun. Very, very fun. Next, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get out our wet palette now and try to apply that gray that we worked with earlier. And I just... Did this actually bend in the socket? Really? No, maybe it's just that flexible. Bram! Love a motorcycle, y'all. Love me a Harley. Mako Helios lost 2,500 biscuit coins. I can't have that. Here, I'm gonna do this. Let's give you another 10K. We're just printing biscuit coins around here. Oh shit, I didn't put your name in there. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Is it this? Is that what it is? How do I do this? Add points.
Oh, jeez.
Add points. Let's see. It's got an underscore, right?
Oh, jeez.
And then we do 10K. You know type name, yeah, exactly. Hey, I never claimed to be a smart fella. There we go. I saw low numbers there on your biscuit coins. Everybody needs to have a whole bunch so they can be ready for there you go. Excellent. Everybody needs to be ready to duel. Like, if I did this. Here we go. Bam. Let's do... It should come through. Yeah, 25,000 to you there. It's basically flip a coin, you know? Alright, is our gray paint usable? It is almost usable. Let's revitalize it with a drop of water. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. There's only half of your winnings, though. I exerted my authority over your winnings. You know what? I just grabbed gray to paint this and realized it is not a gray. It's a metallic. So we need to get out our Tobera reactor. And then we also need this. So it's actually back to the dry palette time. Let's get our dry palette ready. Let's find a nice spot for it. And let's get out Oni Lab as well. Don't know if I've ever seen CFM lose a duel. Must be rigged. I lost a bunch to Slink the other day. It is no more rigged than the the slots are. And the slots has like a 10,000 payout if you get the jackpot. 10,000x. Right? So we do the slots, 10,000. All right, 2 drops of Tobera Reactor. We're gonna go. I think we're just gonna all overcoat this. Painting our little repair job. I think we actually could go around and liven up some of the previously applied metal bits. I need a smaller brush for this. That's what we're gonna go for. Let's do a... I have a 1 brush in here somewhere. That one? Got a Vallejo 1. This is crusted up with a little bit of metallic paint. So we're going to give it a little love with some acetone. Just a little bit in the cap. Give it a little bit of love. Get this old crusty brush brought back to life. What do you think she can hear and see? It's just the drugs kicking in? I don't think so anymore. I think for the most part, party drugs like aren't safe to take anymore. That tastes like acetone. Right, you can't be going out to a party anymore and taking like, oh, what's a party drug? MDMA? You get dosed with some nasty stuff and die. Is she hearing and seeing Bigfoot? Is it the love? Is it the biscuits? I think it's you, chat. It's chat. In fact, how far gone are you, chat? It's the pee-pee? Yeah. Chat is only 29% moist. And I don't know if you're quite there yet. I wouldn't take anything handed me at a party. Way too much homebrew shit, especially up north. Yeah, it's crazy too, because like, I don't know, it's funny, the proliferation of like, proliferation of bad drugs. It's kind of killed that slice of culture, I think. People used to do party drugs. Now they die when they do that. Lost a good friend of mine to
to tainted drugs. It's kind of shocking. Like it's a bizarre trend, even that's a thing. Bum 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 bum. Right. You know, honestly, I don't think this jet reactor, Tobera reactor or jet exhaust adds too much over top of the gnome oil effect. Just trying to give these spots a little love again, and I'm unimpressed. I'm unimpressed. I think it's just a little too dark for the base coat, and I'm also off frame. I apologize, y'all. Should I maybe angle this thing up a little bit? Can we get it more like that? Is that better? Can I work in a more comfortable position up here? Yeah, I think so. It's the mech balls. You can hear and see and hear our mech balls clacking as they walk because they're made of metal. Yes. Yes, indeed. See if I can't thread the needle here. Alright, I think it's possible that going back in with this secondary coat of jet exhaust may be a bit of a waste of time. So let's give these guys a cursory examination and see if there's any spots that really need the revitalization. I think I'm gonna change my mind about a few parts here and make the occasional previously gray bit into a metallic. Like right here, I left out these round bits. I think we'll do it on the feet too. I'm realizing this is a really dark gray color. He got these little roundy bits on his feet. Let's make those metallic. I think we can try to pack a little bit more metallic in this joint here. That has really shitty coverage on it, so we're going to fix that right now. And while we're at it, we'll fix this one. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. This one also has really bad coverage, so we're going to get in there and really give it an honest ensilvering. Hopefully without screwing things up too bad. I also think, I don't know why we skipped this part, but I think it needs it. I'm going to switch over to this 3.0 flashbang. You know, we ain't seen that in a hot minute. That actually is a more apt description on what she can see and hear. It was the flashbang. And now the ringing in the ears, you know. Alright, so we're going to thread the needle here and get a little bit of our nice dark greasy silver color up in here, up in here. Got a nice thin, really long brush here. This 3.0 liner has been really good for that, and we'll do the same on the back end here. Oh yeah, super nice for this. Okay, nice and cleaned up. I think I want this to come a little bit too. That right there is better. Alright, does this guy need any cleanup? I think a little bit right here. Yep. I can't tell if that's gray or just got made really gray. This arm has some red showing through, so we're going to hit it with another coat. We may have to go back in and give it a little love with Nuln Oil too. But for now, we're just going to hit it with that. I think I want these little bits to be silver as well. Just anywhere we have these like cylindrical mechanisms showing, we want that very cleaned up. Ooh, someone's calling for Onyway. That's good stuff, I agree. Yeah, it does look like I just completely left out these knee joint metallic bits. So we're going to clean that up. Put these with a little bit of silver. It's not actually silver, it's more like a steel color. Actually, it's a really good steel color. I think it's a fantastic one if you're doing like really light colored mechs. This jet exhaust looks really, really good on Comstar mechs. Sorry to say I'll do some more Comstar stuff, but I don't think it's super pressing. They featured really big on my Tukia Day video. So I think next time I paint some white mechs, it's either going to be we're either going to do some Word of Blake's stuff or some Arcturan Guard. I could probably stand to paint some more 15th Arcturan Guard for my my personal army and show y'all how to do it. That'd be fun. It's basically Comstar with tiger stripe shoulders. They're really fun. Okay, that looks decent. Definitely way more cleaned up than before. They probably need a little NULN oil love. And we'll get to that at some point. Let's do a second coat on these hip joints. Yeah, they definitely needed it. I think what happened is the parts that already had silver on them got a little victimized by the gray dry brush. Or maybe just a second coat of this stuff makes them more lively. Either way, looks a lot better now. Let's get some on these exposed ball joints as well. Am I still in frame? Kinda. Alright, here we go. This stuff is awesome. Beautiful. Okay. Looking way better. That little bit of that shine on there. That's 3 out of 6. We can move along now. So sad the pink one was out of stock when I ordered mine. Now I've had some lame green under that. No, that's just the orcish version. Besides, if I think if you end up with a pink MX Mini, then you could end up doing dirty things with it. Don't forget to pay your KungsArmé bills, folks. Yes. Agreed? Agreed. All right, who's next? We can work on our Stormbringer here. And this is another one that I, for some reason, did not paint the exposed joints in silver. Shame, shame. Catching my own laziness. But you know, there's an art to that, y'all. I don't know if you're if you've ever painted for commission, but like outside of doing like a one-off project for a friend, if you're painting for commission, it is always a balance between paint quality and corners cut, and trying to hit that sweet spot right in the middle. It's nice to do display quality stuff, don't get me wrong, but I think unless you're like specializing in really high-end display quality work and selling at that price, you're going to be much better off trying to find some shortcuts to a good Tabletop Plus standard. Always remember that whole good enough is good enough. In the end, I think if you spend too long on your models for commission, you end up really hurting your wallet. I generally try to price my work to where the hourly rate doesn't dip below about $10 an hour. I'll go a little lower, but not much. And I think if you're selling commissions on a platform like Fiverr or Etsy or whatever, you are in direct competition with other people who are offering pretty cheap stuff. So finding a good balance between competitive price, enough pay to make it worth your while, and enticing prices is rough. I'm sure some of y'all out there remember my old pricing schemes. I remember discussing with the community regarding it and ended up doubling my prices on Fiverr. And it's been a really good decision. All right. Yeah, I don't know why I skipped doing all the little metallic bits on this guy. It looks way better with that. I maybe just missed it. Well, I did it on the arm here. I must have just missed it on some of it. Really don't know. Your good enough Mad Cat is proudly on display in my glass cabinet. Your freehanding is insane. I love freehanding. Glad it came out fun. How long did that mech take? Because we did that one live on stream, right? That was That was like 5.5 hours or something. There's also the distraction of that one melee weapon. Oh, that's true. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I guess for the matter of pricing your commissions, that model cost me probably between 15 and 30 cents to print out. It took 5 hours to paint, and then I would be paying the shipping as well, just as part of my pricing model. And usually that's U.S. shipping. I don't make an allowance. I don't change the price for European shipping, but I find that European orders come in so infrequently that, like, I only lose a little money here and there. But if you think about that, I'm selling that model to that quality for $50, I think, is what I'm charging for a single print. Most people go for the Lance. And the trick is, the Lance is priced similarly. It's basically buy three, get one free. And when you're dealing with 4 mechs at the same time, you can do rank painting techniques. And, like, doing 4 mechs in one color takes less time than 2 mechs in 2 different colors. Oh man, after taking the putty pole, if you never tried epoxy sculpt, I'd really give it a try. I was very nearly I very nearly added that to the poll right at the beginning, and I was like searching for it, and I kept spelling it with an E instead of an A. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do the 3. But yeah, epoxy sculpt should have gone on that poll. So instead, y'all just get the big ones, the big 3. Though epoxy sculpt may be bigger than Tamiya putty. All right, so I missed a little bit of silver on these exposed ball joints. So while we have this long ass 3-round liner, we go clean them up. I think I actually want some silver right here. There we go. There we go. That looks so much better. It's a very light color, or a very subdued color next to the gray, but when it catches the light every now and then, it just, it adds so much visual interest. All right, how about our Scarabus boy? I can immediately see that the bit on the arm needs a little love. And I think we're going to go back in with the NULN oil. Now, let's try to work a little bit in here. I must have been scared about hitting the gray and didn't have the right brush in the moment, because I skipped a bunch on these guys. Just a nice reminder that having the right brush for the right moment really helps the process go. Why did I skip so much? Maybe it was the distraction of the melee weapon. Here, I'll show y'all. The right amount of brushes. So here's the old big brushes. There's a few retired small ones that have been used for dry brushing. There's, for some reason, a spotter, brand new spotter mixed in there. So this is one jar. This is the second line and medium-sized brushes, as well as a few makeup brushes. And then this is my kind of my workhorse jar. So like, if you don't have that many brushes on hand, what are you even doing? Shit, I even have a jar for toothbrushes and steel brushes and brass brushes. All right. Anyhow, back at it with my Nice Pro 3.0 liner. Pretty sure I got this set of brushes from one of those Amazon return stores in my hometown on Dollar Day, and they've been good. Actually, I think if I would have bought this no name, no brand stuff from Amazon directly, I'd been happy with it. But as it is, I got it for $1. These long liners have been really nice. Okay, I think that's all the metal on this boy. Now let's make this foot hinge metallic. Just create a little bit of visual interest on this bit that's sticking down. The other foot has it really like stuck up in there. Yeah, we'll hit it too. Yeah. Yep. Just breaking up that monotonous color adds so much. And you know what? Honestly, it makes the little bits of muted camo stand out more too. Looking decent. These boys are ridiculous. Let's do one of these. Let's do this. Skip. Switch this. Bam. Yep, same here. I skipped the work on the joints, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And it's funny, I was really examining some MechWarrior 5 paint jobs with a subscriber recently in voice chat, and really examining the use of metallics on the joints and those in the paint jobs in that game. And I think they you kind of gotta have some bare metal here and there on a mech, honestly. I wax and wane on painting the hands in just pure silver. My own mechs usually have just plain metallic hand actuators, but these little details like the joints, like you can not paint them metallic, but I think it just, I don't know, something about it makes these guys feel like big machines when you have the joints painted in a metallic color. Seems like the kind of part that maybe they wouldn't waste a whole bunch of time painting. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Do you paint your mech knee joints silver? Or you just go with a nice matching color? Do you do something crazy like speed shop orange? Like a race car's bracing calipers? All right. Coming along. Some serious headway on these boys. Where are you sitting at? Almost 3 hours? I don't know how late I'm going to go today. We may call this at 3. Because I need to join the Dicks in the Dark for a show at 5. I think I should probably do a little pre-gaming with them. See what we can do in the next half hour or so. Knee joints are silver on mine because all the round bits kind of look like bearings to me. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. And your color scheme is like Mephisto on red and then black and white patches. Mako says, mostly same thing for joints myself, though the race car colored calipers would look very neat on a bunch of light fast mechs or a Charger. Yeah, I do like loud colors on a Charger, but you know, my Charger here, I went with the silver joints on this one too, but that's because it looks really good next to the black. This is my my only Country Fried Mercs colored mech. I got all the footage for this too. This guy will probably show up sometime mid this year. Thinking of revitalizing the Charger Derby for Tuki a Day. Maybe before then. We might do it for 420. More to come on that. My mech hands are colored as the armor, just a heavy wash to separate the fingies. Yes, I'm assuming the weathering would be on the insides, but they're all fists. 10-minute mini. I could do a 10-minute mini out of that. Next 10-minute mini is going to be these boys. It came out great. And y'all will see these mechs tomorrow on the live stream game with Tobias. So that'll be really fun. Mid this year, it's late October. Me confused. Oh, mid this next year. Let me clarify. Mid this next coming year. The Charger Derby project kind of got sidelined. There was longtime participants in the community know that things have been a little rough, and we're working towards more reliable, steady content. Expect a 10-minute minis episode soon. Gonna have a lot more 10-minute minis content going forward. Long form content will be just as often as it has been, with more community involvement. So, yeah, if any of y'all out there want to get involved in community submissions and adding clips, or getting involved with voiceovers, or playing more games, make sure to join up on the Discord and just say howdy every now and then. We hang out in the voice chat and talk all kinds of nonsense. All right, so next step I think we have on the agenda here is we're going to get out a little bit of our NULN oil. And we're going to put a puddle. We're going to put a puddle right here. Yeah. As always, I'm going to get my toothpick to create a nucleation site to facilitate with pouring this out without making a huge mess. All right. So we got our NULN oil. We're going to go back to this one detail brush, which is, it's almost crusty. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back through in the reverse order, or not the reverse order, the somewhat the same order we just did. We're going to hit parts that need a wash. So we'll revitalize that. We're going to hit all these bits we just did. Hit all those little spots that just got a little I'm going to try to avoid pooling. Kind of want a light touch on this. A little bit more on the front here and there. And that's all we did on him. These arm joints looked fine. It was this guy next. Definitely need it on the arm joints here. There we go. Give him a little love, a little bit of depth in the color. A little bit of that NULN love. Alright, same here. And there. And then the legs got it as well, so we want enough that it'll sit in the rim, basically. And we want enough to go in between our lines there. Same here. Trying to avoid pooling here, except in very specific locations. A little bit down here. The inside of the leg. Hit the side of that knee. And over here we'll do the same. Can we fit a little bit on these ball joints? I think so. And that one's good. We'll move on to the next one. Yeah, and this one especially because we just hit those. Though, I think the silver could very easily get swamped by the Nuln oil here, so we're going to be really careful and use a very light touch on this boy. And then same down here. Try not to overdo it here, but that definitely needs some right there. I'm gonna remove the excess. Same on the front end, right here. Remove the excess, and looks like I missed a spot. I'm gonna need to fix that really quick. I actually missed a whole bunch on this guy's arm right here. This should all be silver. Should all be silver. You know what? This is the one with this hep about the melee weapon. I wonder if I was just like... Was I in the middle of this part of the process? I mean, I know my process is chaotic and I'm all over the place. But damn, I can't believe I skipped all this. And you know what? While we're at it, let's make this detail silver. So I'm gonna make this one match it as well. Yeah. Okay. We'll put this guy back over here because we're gonna need to revisit it with a little bit more Nuln Oil in a bit. You're just, man. The gamble is not with you, Mako. This Nuln Oil. A little too much pooling here. We're gonna soak it up and move it elsewhere. There we go. A little bit in here too. I think that's gonna really stomp down that silver color though, unfortunately. There we go. On to the next one. We'll do the Scarabus. Scarabus gets a nice quick wash on both these elbows. Right here too. And then the knees and hip joints as well. Borgir. Yes, Borgir. I could fucking hell. I was just gonna say I could go for a Borgir myself. Alright, so that is a pretty clean break. I think we can just fix this without much of an issue. Come back, sticky lady. I need your stickiness. I'm pretty sure you started, but that was one of the streams that never happened. Yeah, this project really this project has been the source of a lot of burnout. And this one does not have a bunch of money tied into it, so it's like it's not a it has not been a priority. I tell you, there's something about a deadline and money being held in what do you call it, like an escrow account, that makes it, that really spurs you to action, getting things done. That's why I like the Fiverr platform so much, even though it's like they take a pretty sizable cut. They take like 20%. But it's fine because the trade-off there is that Fiverr also provides protections for both sides. Provides protections for me as the seller, provides protections for you as the buyer, and the money sits in a nice safe account until the work is delivered. Offers a really safe way for you as the consumer to get your money back if I need to pull out of the project, or it offers me surety to know that the payment's going to go through regardless, because the client has already prepaid into an account without it being prepaid. I have done some prepaid commissions in the past, and man, it sucks. It absolutely sucks to have already been paid for some work and then encounter a bunch of problems down the road, or like hit some really bad mental health that just drains your drive to work on things, and you don't have the luxury of being like, hey, I need to pull out of this project. At least not without returning the prepaid funds. All right. A little bit of wash in these armpits. Bam. A little bit of wash in these knee joints. I'm using the wrong brush for this. Cram a little bit of liquid talent there. A little bit of liquid talent in these hip joints. Yeah, it looks very nice. Very nice. Same right here. Pull up the excess. Same here. We'll wrap that around. Some on the arms and the back. And then did we add some on the arm here? Yes. Yes, we did. Get rid of that excess. Very cool. And where do we add it here? It's the arm. It's a little bit right there, a little bit right there, and here and there, and then the armpit. Bam. Excellent. Where are we sitting at? 2:54 p.m. I think I'm going to end early today. Usually I'll go right up till 5 p.m. But because I'm playing in a game over on the Dick's channel, I think I need to be ready for that. Nate is going to enjoy some nudes. Yes, I could go for some nudes myself. What?
Iron Elemental donated
Holy
a $21.62 super chat. Oi. Him's breaking a model. Redeem Angry Man Smash. Nah. Popcat instead. Dame I have a lot of characters pop 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 pop.
Holy shit. Thank you for the generous donation, my guy. Wow. Also, Popcat, Lady Popcat doing a Popcat. Redeem Angry Man Smash. I don't think I can smash for you. Not without going and getting out the hammer. But what I can do for you before we call the stream is I will destroy something for you. How about this, leopard dropship? Ah, shit, I just broke the bit. Let me get a new cutting disc. Let's cut this thing in half. Or maybe even... Here we go. We'll use this, right? That should do it. What's the best way to go about this? Just cut right through it? Oh, there we go. Hey, look, it's full of resin. Holy shit, that's a lot of resin. What the fuck? How is that so full of resin? Well, it's just like, how is that so full of resin? Jesus. You know, that makes me really think about do I have other models floating around that have been hollowed out and have that much fucking resin inside them? That's a lot. That's a shocking amount of resin. I didn't even know. If I had known I had hollowed this, I would have cured it. Or I would have drained it. That's insane. No drain holes. I didn't realize I hollowed this. Yeah, I usually drill them out. Well, this has been productive. Is my tiny Mad Cat hollow? No, I don't print. Mechs are not hollow. I probably shouldn't have hollowed this one either. That it didn't actually save all that much space in there. That's fucking crazy. Well, there's your Angry Man Smash, though. That's a potential print explosion. Yeah, exactly. No, all my other, my hollow ships have been drilled out. I usually hollow things and then, God, this sucks. I usually hollow things and then drill them manually. Bleeding dropship. That's short material. Yeah, we should probably do a highlight for it. But that's your Angry Man Smash. Bleeding dropship. She don't love you anymore, though. Damn it. What have I done with this resin? Well, what I have done is I've got 2 pieces of a leopard now, though, which will make for some more fun terrain. All right, so with that, y'all, I think I'm going to call the stream. Thank y'all so much for stopping through. It's always such a pleasure to hang out with you fine folks. And it's so very humbling that you guys decide to give me your precious time hanging out here. Oppioni says, I recommend UV tools as a last step before printing a model. It will warn you about hollow spaces without holes, etc. Cool. I'll check it out. Yeah, I usually don't hollow things, but like afterwards when I do a hollow pit, oh, I forgot I filled the holes. There were 3 holes on this that I was trying to demonstrate. Usually when I hollow things out, I'll drill manual holes afterwards and then drain them out. And like if it's a really big piece, I'll drain them into a cup like this and recoup some of the resin. This one, I didn't realize I hollowed it out. Oh, here we go. My Mooding had manual holes drilled in it so I could make sure it was nice and drilled out. So I got a little vent here and then was able to get all the resin out the bottom. We'll be painting this soon, by the way. You guys know about Mooding. We can get that painted up very soon. Anyhow, yeah, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis. Check this space for probably another stream Friday as well, but tomorrow we're going to be playing a live game of Battletech. If it's too early for you in the States, just check the VOD afterwards. It actually won't be a great stream for chat interaction, unfortunately, because we're going to be playing a live game with some RP involved. But yeah, come through and check out and see how the crater covers go. We've been tasked to kidnap some executives and steal some experimental ammunition. And my opponent has been tasked to bring Commander Radovan Mugo to justice. So yeah, come check it out. And then if you want more of more shenanigans this evening, make sure to check out Dicks in the Dark here in about 2 hours. I'm going to be joining them for a fun Halloween themed RPG. So come check out the one shot if you want to hang out and chat and give those guys some guff over there. Anyhow, that's all I got. I want y'all to remember, as always, to be happy while you're painting. It's a choice. And to know that your participation here on Country Fried Minis makes me beyond happy while I'm painting. Thank you so, so much. And I will catch you for the next one. Bye-bye. final reminder coming through from Nightbot that I do commission painting. To check out the gigs on offer over at Fiverr. That's Fiverr with 2 R's, fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. Thank y'all so much, and I'll catch you for the next one.